What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Osasuna by 2-1, going top of La Liga by 5 points, and will stay on top of La Liga during the World Cup international break. What an absolute roller coaster of a match, but Barcelona walk away as the winners. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Alejandro Balde, Andreas Christensen, Marcos Alonso, and Jordi Alba, midfield three of Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, and a front three of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres. And in this match, Xavi did use only 4 out of 5 substitutions, bringing on Xavi, Ansu Fati, Raphinha, and the debutant Xavi Rating. The first goal in this match for Barcelona was scored by Pedri. The ball was worked on the left-hand side. Jordi Alba puts in a good cross. Two defenders in David Garcia and Unai Garcia slipped and fell with Ferran Torres, who's going for that cross. But the ball drops to Pedri. He's got time, he got space, and he shoots it right at the defenders, but luckily goes to the legs, into the back of the net, and gives Barcelona the 1-1 draw, putting us level right at the beginning of the second half. The second and match-winning goal for Barcelona in this match was scored by Raphinha. I was saying in the live stream how Raphinha did an interview the other day saying that, oh, I've only scored 1 goal for Barcelona, I need to score more. He had to score. I'm like, come on, this is your moment, and he took it. Firstly, what a ball from Frankie De Jong. That pass was freaking orgasmic. He's on the halfway line, pins the ball through the entire defense, the whole entire team, let alone of Osasuna. Raphinha makes a beautiful run, RVP 2014 World Cup S, kind of chips it with his head over Aitor Fernandez, who did come out of his line, and he puts it into the back of the net, giving Barcelona all 3 points. So overall, the team performance rating on the night for me, I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10, which is a little bit above average, simply on the fact that the team went out in the second half having just missed a big chance in the first half, or at the very end, scoring an offside. They went out there 10 men and with the mindset to go out there and get 3 points, and they freaking did it. We played like crap, let's be honest. That first 25 minutes, half an hour of the Osasuna game was one of the worst half an hours I've seen under Xavi, but the team came in last 15 minutes of the first half, got a goal, offside, ruled out fairly enough. Second half, were we dominant? No, but we were very, very impactful in the moments that we had on the ball. Barcelona gave Osasuna possession, we let them play, we were kind of hoping they would mess up, shoot it wide, pass the ball out, then we capitalized on those opportunities. Of course, the Pedri goal, pure luck. Of course, good work by Jordi Alba to get that cross in and Ferran Torres, but the goal was luck. But the Raphinha goal was sheer quality. And what I say in the live watch along, if we're gonna win this match, it's gonna come down to individual brilliance, and it did from Frankie and of course Raphinha as well. I am so happy we got the 3 points. To be honest, at halftime, if you offered me a draw, I would have snatched your hands off. I told you during the live stream as well, I don't feel good about this, but if we do win this match, we are La Liga contenders for the long run. Do you know why? Because the best teams always win in the worst moment. Red card, 20 minutes in, down to 10 men, away from home, against a good side in Osasuna, and we persevered, we stayed strong, we stayed to the plan of Xavi, which to be honest, was not that great. I think at halftime he changed it. He said, look, let Osasuna have possession, 4-4-1, push the wingers forward when we do have possession, and go out there and get those 3 points, and we did end up doing it. Fair play to the lads, give them credit where it's due. They went out on the pitch and performed and got the result that we needed. 5 points clear, going to the Madrid match, of course, on Thursday, and we will be La Liga leaders for the next month and a half during the World Cup break. And like I said a few days ago, psychologically and mentally, that will hurt Real Madrid and benefit us, because they were said, oh my god, we bottled it in 2 games, now for the next month and a half we're going to be second in La Liga. That will be a big plus for Barcelona. So credit to the team, credit to the coaching staff, they're getting the result today, and I will get the team performance on the pitch tonight, an overall rating of 7 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. So of course, the goalkeeper, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, and for me, I'll give Marc a 7 out of 10. Unfortunately, no clean sheet for him today. That's now 5 goals conceded in La Liga in the first 14 games, which to be honest, very good record. But he did pull up some big saves. I'm thinking about that cross from Avila. And I will tell you what, today Ter Stegen in his box was, controlling the aerial threats a lot. He was coming out and catching every single cross, which I think was fantastic. But his distribution today, was not that great. When he had to ping it long, he went short. When he had to go short, he pinged it long. Although there were some moments where he had to go long and he did. He went short and he did. But I feel like his passing on the back today was not as great as it usually is. But I tell you what, save-wise and commanding his box, he did play very well. So I will give Mark a 7 out of 10. With two better center backs in front of him, first on the right-hand side, it was, of course, Andreas Christensen. I will give Christensen a average 6 out of 10. Didn't make a mistake in this match. Of course, went off, I think, around the 7th minute mark. I think he was limping around the 55th, 60th minute. I mean, some of my Chelsea fans, some of my friends who are Chelsea fans warned me about Christensen, saying that, look, this guy will pick up injuries out of absolutely nowhere. He'll get stomach sick, and once he comes back and needs some time. I think it was a bit weird for Xavi to start him. I don't know if Eric Garcia has some sort of problem. I mean, he was warming up, but I don't know what. Even Xavi Rating came on ahead of Eric Garcia, but on Christian's performance, played well. Pass on the back was very, very good. I think he had some good connection play with Alejandro Balde on the right-hand side as well. And overall, didn't make a mistake, so I will give him a 6 out of 10. Alongside his center-back partner on the left-hand side, it was, of course, Marcus Alonso, and I will also give him a 6 out of 10. Same reason as well. Of course, got fouled on the first goal. Absolutely criminal that VAR did not overturn that. Other than that, I think Alonso played, to his average, expectations. Passing up the back was very good. He was good in those aerial duels when Ter Stegen could not come out and collect those crosses coming in. And honestly, I don't really have any problem with Alonso's performance. I think he, put in the shift. He had to play with two different center backs, maybe even three: Xavi Rating, Frankie de Jong, and Christensen. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt today, and I will give him an average 6 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now. We'll start with Jordi Alba at left back, and I will be giving Jordi Alba tonight a 6 out of 10. Same reasons pretty much as Christensen and Marcus Alonso. I think he put in a shift, played his typical, performance, did what he had to do. Disappointing he got that yellow card for, blabbering his mouth too much. Put in some good crosses, to be fair. Had that cross for the Ferran offside goal. The cross for Pedri came in from his, the goal for Pedri came in from his cross. I think defensive-wise was okay. Attacking-wise was okay. So I really, again, no problem with the Jordi Alba in this match. I think it was pretty much an average performance from him. And I will give him a 6 out of 10. But at right back, it was, of course, Alejandro Balde. And I will give Balde a 7 out of 10 in this match. Now, Avila, their star striker, was playing on the wings today, and he does have, a bit of tricks about him. I think Alejandro Balde dealt with him very, very well. He was moving forward a lot. He had a good connection play with Busquets, Christensen, and also Ousmane Dembele. He had some fantastic... Oh, there's one run in the second half. He ran through like 4 or 5 players. Oh, this Laporta, renew his contract ASAP before other teams open their eyes and see how good of a player this is. This kid is growing at an unbelievable rate. Of course, he's playing at right back, and he can play at left back as well. It's just absolutely fantastic. I think he played really, really well today. Of course, 10 men. He was defending a lot, and I think, as a young kid in the team, he put in a good shift, and I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. Into the midfield now. We'll start with Busquets, El Capitano, in the pivot. What a freaking stinker. Busquets gets a 3 out of 10. In that first half, that might have been the worst Busquets performance I have seen in my life. I've seen this man play over 600 games for this club, and that is, without a shadow of a doubt, top 2, top 3 worst performances. This man could not string 2 passes. I mean, every time he got the ball, I was shitting myself. He'd make one good pass, next one he would lose it. He'd try to do his, typical Busquets turn, gets done. I'm telling you, in that first half, he could not pass the ball twice in a row. He'd pass it once, miss. Dreadful. I think second half, improvement, I guess. I mean, if you just come out in the second half, you'll may have an improvement on that first half, but he was better. But I tell you what, absolute stinker from the captain tonight, and he gets, I think, one of my worst scores of the season, a bloody 3 out of 10 for that performance. Now for the midfield, firstly on the right hand side, it was, of course, Pedri. I will give Pedri a 7 out of 10. Probably say his performance was a 6. I am bumping up a 7 for the very, very lucky goal. I tell you what, he had some magical moments in that second half. I think he was the driving force in our midfield, carrying the ball a lot forward. But I do think his decision making today wasn't that great. He had some very sloppy passes. He'd be running in. If he had to pass to Jordi Alba behind him, he'll instead try to switch it to Ousmane Dembele. Also, some of his runs were a bit short. You can, blame for the pass as well. But it wasn't, a typical Pedri performance, but I feel like with the goal, he kind of, led the team, I think, to the, remontada spirit, so I will give him a 7 out of 10. But the best player on the pitch for Barcelona tonight, without a shadow of a doubt, was a player that was playing at the left interior and also played at center back for a bit and in the pivot position as well. It was Frankie de Jong, and for me, Frankie is getting a 9 out of 10. I was going to give him an 8 before he got that orgasmic assist. My God, what a ball from Frankie de Jong for the goal. Absolutely unbelievable. And I tell you what, him and Ousmane Dembele were the two players that I saw that were fighting, saying that, come on, let's go. They were actually, trying to go get the win. We were at our low point. Lewandowski red card, referee putting everything against us. They were the ones that were really, really going. And I think Frankie de Jong, what a performance. I mean, if I could just round up a freaking applause. He played 3 different positions and played them all at a spectacular level. What a performance, without a shadow of a doubt. My man of the match, and he gets a 9 out of 10. Into the forwards now. We'll start with Ousmane Dembele at the right wing position. I will give them boost tonight a 6 out of 10. Look, I mean, he's dealing with a 4-1-4-1 from Osasuna. He's got 3 players on that right hand side, whether it's the pivot, the striker, then the left mid and the left back. He had some difficulty, I think, in the first 20 minutes. He got some space near the end of the first half where we looked threatening a bit. Second half, again, he had some space but really couldn't capitalize it. My problem with Dembele is that he doesn't know when to shoot. Again, it's like Xavi said in the press conference the other day. It's just about consistency with Dembele. Today, it's one of his off days, I would say. But I think he did make some right movements with his dribbling and his pace. He won some free kicks as well. But he would cut in. I'm like, shoot, shoot, shoot. He shoots the second time. He gets a block. I'm like, shoot. He skies it. It's just typical Dembele stuff. I will give him today a 6 out of 10, though. Again, like I said about Frankie de Jong, he did show me that fighting spirit on the pitch. Next up is the striker, RL9, Robert Lewandowski. I will give him a 5. Look, got a red card, I think undeservingly. I think that first yellow was not a yellow. I guess the action is a yellow, but usually the first one you get a warning, or again, there was no counterattack there whatsoever. We had 4 defenders, they had 2 attackers. Nothing was going to happen from that. It was a tactical foul. I think that should have been let go and not yellow. Second yellow was a clear yellow. He went up in the air, clear elbow in David Garcia's face. But, I mean, played 20 minutes. We'll give him a 5 out of 10. I think that's a bit generous. I think probably, whatever. Just give him whatever score. Finally, Ferran Torres at the left wing. I will give Ferran also a 6 out of 10. Could say a bit generous. I think in that first half, again, that first 20-25 minutes, he was absolutely dog crap. I think he grew into the game. Of course, once he got that offside goal, he had, a bit of an upturn, I would say. Second half, got involved, I think he made a lot of good runs today that didn't lead to anything. He made a dummy run for Jordi Alba or a dummy run for Pedri, so I'll give him credit for that. But I think in the box, from what we want from a 50 million euro winger, didn't really show today on the pitch, but I will give him overall a 6 out of 10. Now for the substitutions, the subs were Pablo Gave, Ansu Fati, Raphinha, and Xavi Rating making his debut. Now, they all played less than 20 minutes. I'll give them all an average 6. Probably could say for Raphinha a 7 for his absolutely wonder goal to win us the game. But honestly, I think it's more down to Xavi that these players did not come on and perform because they had no time. I think Gavi had that brilliant block near the end. Ansu Fati, he had that great skill for the corner kick. That's pretty much it. Xavi Rating, I don't even think he touched the ball, to be honest. But I think the subs today were more so not too impactful. Well, of course, Raphinha was freaking impactful. But I mean, they weren't as impactful as we expect because Xavi did bring them on very, very late. So I won't, go into them too much. I'll give the 3 Xavi Rating, Ansu Fati, and Gavi a 6, and Raphinha an 8. Why not for his goal? And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to give Xavi tonight a 5 out of 10. Now, if we lost or dropped points, I would have given him a 4. So count himself lucky. I think I would give him an average 6. The lineup was, what we expected, the tactics, formation, all that stuff, but the players put in a stinker in the first half. My big criticism of Xavi today are, of course, those substitutions. Firstly, only used 4 out of 5. Secondly, they ain't coming in until the 75th minute. What the bloody hell is wrong with that? We are down to 10 men, no switch of formation whatsoever, no tactical switch. How in God's green earth did Busquets play 90 minutes is absolutely beyond me. But I think his switch to 4-4-1 when we had the red card was important. Of course, putting Pedri out wide. I was thinking during the game that, we should probably switch to 4-2-3-1 like we did against Athletic Club and Villarreal. Had Pedri on the left. I thought we could have dominated the midfield a bit more. I think Xavi was considering that, of course, until Lewandowski got that red card. But again, my big criticism for Xavi is how Busquets played 90 minutes, were the substitutions, but I think the lineup was okay, system was okay. He did adapt well with the red card, and I think, he got a bit lucky, and in order to win the league, you got to get some luck. So overall, Xavi today, not a very good day at the office, but I will give him a fairly decent 5 out of 10. So that was my match review for Osasuna versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to first see, of course, your thoughts on performance, your manager rating, and your player ratings as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time for probably a news video. There's no more Barcelona games now for another month and a half. But of course, we end off top of the league on 3 points as well. Huge result for Barcelona. I'm so happy. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.